Alright guys, so she's home. Alright guys, so as you can see by the title, I picked me up a blown Speed 3. This car has been, so I drive to work and I see this car nearly every day at the lot. So I went on Facebook Marketplace as usual, because that's where I live, and they post the car up and really cheap. I'm talking about super cheap, so I didn't spend any crazy money on it. I wouldn't have I would say the situation I am in, but you know, I'm looking for another daily because I'm fixing to get rid of the Honda Pilot. So I was just like, man, I want this car. I love this car. This is not my first speed platform. For your info, I've had, so you know, the reason why I said that because I don't want to seem like I'm copying any channel or anything. Like I tell you guys, I'm a Honda man from heritage, but I'm a car guy at heart. I love cars, so it don't matter what it is. My first boosted car was a Mazdaspeed 6. Okay, at the time I was looking for an FA5. I couldn't find any, and I didn't have enough money at the time because back early 2013, 14, FA5s, their value was still high. Even when I bought this car, it was still expensive anyways. But you know, those SIs, they hold their value pretty well. And I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I still remember this story. It was a funny day. I was looking for, you know, I just wanted another car, and like I said, I couldn't find an SI, so I just kept driving around and looking at every single car lot, and someone, a dealership, on the same road as Humble Performance, well, around the same area, they had a Speed 6. It was lowered, and I was like, man, this car caught my attention, you know. And it was different because for me, I always said I was never going to buy anything other than a Honda when I was young. But you know, I grew up and was like, man, if you're a car guy, you got to experience other platforms, and I wasn't really into the whole boosted thing. So I bought the car and took it on a test drive, and I was captivated with the noise that it made. It had a blow-off valve. It was lowered. You guys seen it in the picture. But Raisa loved that car. She really loved that car because it was so mature. I think that car was really ahead of its time, to be honest with you. I had the GT edition, so I had the heated seats, I had the navigation, I had the remote. I think all of them came with 6 CD changers from factory. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I had the little nice key fob, which was pretty cool. You had a key fob that you stick a piece into the key ignition, so you don't have to use your keys. You had a keyless entry that you just press at the door. Man, that Mazda was ahead of its time, and I love that car. But I always wanted an FA5, so I got rid of it, and that car had a lot of problems, and I sold it. Well, I was in Fayetteville, sold it for pretty cheap because, like I said, I had problems. I didn't have the money. I started to lose interest in it. So I sold it for real cheap, and I finally got me an FA5, my first FA5, and I sold that, and that's how I got with my B5 S4. I should do a video on how many cars I wasted money on for you guys, but so yeah, this is not my first speed platform. So just to put it out there, I'm not copying any channel, okay? I'm not copying any channel. I know there's a lot of speed channels out there. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just showing you all my passion, okay? So this car here is a 08, I think. It's a first gen Speed 3. You know, they came with the first gen, different front fascia, second gen, and I'm sure there's lots of other things that, you know, they have indifferent. So the problem that they said with the car was it had a blown motor. I'm sure a lot of you guys who know about these MZR, these 2.3, 2.5 motors, they tend to have a little bit of problem, but they're reliable cars for the most part. But I think timing chain issues, and they skip timing and they'll lock up or whatever. But this car, and I'll show you guys in a minute because I want to post this video. This is Friday night, and I want to get this video out either tonight or Saturday. So The problem that they said, you know, it won't crank. I tried it, and I'll show you guys here in a minute, just like I said. And you'll hear the starter, the solenoid, but nothing would happen. So I don't think it's a blown motor. If it is, so be it, because I already had the intention of picking up a motor. The problem is I was supposed to drive tonight to get that motor, but, you know, thinking about it, I'm like, man, let me just diagnose and see what's really going on. Maybe it's a starter or whatever. Maybe it's a fuse situation, and not spend that much in a motor. But I'm already tempted to build this car a little bit, because it's a daily. That's the intentions, daily. So yeah, so it's a first generation. You know, unfortunately these only came front wheel drive. The Speed 6 had all wheel drive. I think it was an active system where you're in a low RPM or whatever, it's front wheel drive, and you know, whatever it does, it kicks fluid to the rear end or whatever, and it's full all wheel drive. But I love that car, and I wanted to buy it back. I actually sold it to one of Evan Shank's friend. I don't know if you ever heard of Ethan Edman, but I sold it to him. I think his shop now is Administration Motorsports in Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. So I think that guy has one of the fastest Nissan Maxima with the same motor as a 350Z. But yeah, and I sold that car. I went test drove it again when Ethan got it all fixed up, and that car ripped. And like, man, I wanted another Speed 6, but in the back of my head, for some reason, guys, I don't know, I'm obsessed with 8th gen Civics. I don't know why. And I know it's just a Honda to most of you guys, but you gotta drive an SI, especially an 8th gen, to kind of understand where I'm coming from. Something about these cars from stock, man, these 8th gens, they are just, I don't know. It's like, you know, a lot of guys say you gotta drive a Lamborghini to experience it, but something about those 8th gen Civics, man, bone stock, they're very nice cars. So I never really cared about getting another Mazda. So here I am now. So as far as with the Civic Si, as you can see, it's parked over here. Let me get a light. All right, guys, I'm sorry for the quality. It's starting to get dark on me. I really want to get this video out today because I don't know why I'm so excited, but I want to just get this introduction out of the way. So about the Honda Civic, okay, about the SI. So you can notice from the videos, if you watch my videos, which thank you guys, the subscription is going up. I won't say exponentially, but it's getting there. So I guess whatever I'm doing, you guys are learning something, I guess, and you guys are liking the content. So I'm really appreciative of the little growth, and I'm not going to take it as serious like I did before and worry about the numbers. But hey, if the channel goes somewhere, the channel goes somewhere. I'm not going to use YouTube as my bread and butter. I doubt I'll ever get there, but I just love the editing and just to show you guys what I got going on. Obviously you want to see some fruits of your labor. Obviously doing this is a lot of time, and people don't understand, like, oh, these YouTubers, they just make videos. Well, if you could sit in front of a computer for 6, 7, 8 hours editing a video, time is money, okay? You spend all that time starting your channel, you're not getting anything out of it, so you just waste 6, 7, 8 hours. Might as well do a part-time job and actually make some money. See what I'm saying? So it's one of those ventures that, and you know, I agree with Honda Vlogs. You're saying you got to be consistent, so you can see the fruits of your labor. So I'm not asking you guys for no handouts, period. You know, no Patreon or nothing like that. I don't need none of that shit right now. I'm not at the level to be asking, you know, big shops and performance suppliers for parts. I don't think my channel is there yet, okay? Not because I built this car and it's running or whatever, I'm deemed to get that sort of help right now. I still need to show myself approved. That's just my opinion. So with the Civic Si, you guys know I like to talk, I apologize. As you can see, this is where the car was. So the car is, I would say, 70% done. I can go ahead and start up for you right now, as a matter of fact. You know, it's dark. All right. I still have a lot to do. I don't know if you guys can see that little line, but I cracked the goddamn windshield, man. Putting this motor back in. I was so frustrated at night. So, died. Waiting on EB Tech to send me another revision tune. So, everything runs. K24A2 cams. OEM Honda head gasket, so everything was good. I was scared that I didn't install that crankshaft post plate in the right position. So the car works, you know, everything's timed. I'll give you guys a shot of the view of the engine bay. I added a few things as well. Right, guys, so I added this vibrant filter. Like I said, I changed the head gasket to an OEM Honda gasket. I had that leak on the back side, which I'm not seeing any coolant leaking so far, so that's a plus. So I think what happened was the head just lifted. I think it's a usual stuff with these, a usual problem with these ARP studs. They probably stretch, and you got to go back in and retorque them. The problem is this engine bay is so tight. I don't like to deal with it. I'm sure I'm gonna have to pull this motor again. And I hate this fiberglass, guys. If you guys are doing this, I've seen this a lot of times. Do not mess with fiberglass. Get your shit Cerakoted or whatever, man, because I think people think I'm on crack. It don't matter how many times I wash my skin, man. The fiberglass, it takes a while to go, so please don't mess with that stuff. If so, get high quality DEI type of titanium or whatever material, but I hate that fiberglass, so I need to get that Cerakoted. So that's one thing I'm going to change. So yeah, the car runs, but you know, I haven't been posting the videos, so I'm going to still continue to post the videos. So this is like a future update, I guess. So everything runs. The compression is so much higher now. I can even show you guys a picture of the compression of one of the cylinders. It was real high than what it was before. So compression is good, but I still have a few things to work out. It's running lean at idle. So right now it's like 18 or so. So I don't drive the car. You know, I drove it up the road just to give James a base map, but I really don't drive it, you know. So this is her, man. The K24 cams sounds good. I put the VTEC back to OEM, so it's not a VTEC killer setup anymore. But you know, I think it's running misfiring somewhere too. But it doesn't have any codes or whatever. So maybe a new set of plugs, or maybe the tune needs a revision. But it's just a base map, you know what I'm saying? So the car runs, but I'm still gonna post the videos of me taking the head off, putting back the cam, putting the head back in and all that, and timing the motor. But I just want to get this video out to you guys with this car. So I'm gonna show you guys what it's doing. And hey, if I get this out tonight and I get a little comments on it, I already know what I want to do with it. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow and start playing with it. But I hope the motor is not locked up. Hopefully I can put a bolt on that crank pulley down here, and if it turns over, we'll see. But I already want to build this stuff. So let me show you guys what's going on. Let me turn this Honda off. Alright guys, so I'm inside the car right now. As you can see, it lights up. It's just running on that jumper pack, so I don't think, because I think these are projector headlights. I don't even think that those will even come on, because I don't think they're not enough to power it. But this is what she's doing. Neutral, clutch in. So, I mean, I've never had a vehicle with a seized motor, so in my opinion, I thought it was supposed to have more of a kick to it, but just not being able to turn over. That just sounded like the solenoid on the starter just trying to engage with something isn't allowing something to work. So I'm just coming to a conclusion that it's probably a fuse or relay to start itself. I do remember, and Raisa, she can vouch for this, my starter was going out on my Speed 6, so sometimes she won't start, she'll just click, and I use a board and tap on it, a long piece of wood and tap on it. Boy, it was them days, boy. Especially when it's hot out, it won't start. I said, man, if she watches it, she can vouch for this. So I had starter problems with my Speed 6. Like I said, I go outside with a wood, or we'll sit there for a good 10 minutes just to let it cool down or do whatever it needs to do just to start. So it could be the starter, man. It could be a bad timing, could be the motor's gone, but I already had intention that the motor's bad from what they told me, and I was already having the motor lined up. But I just kind of sat and thought it out. I was like, man, maybe it's not the motor. You know, do a little bit more diagnosing before, you know, I drive that far tomorrow and get me a brand new, you know, low mileage motor out of a CX-7. If you guys don't know that, the Speed 3, the CX-7, and the Speed 6 came with the 2.3 special version of the CX-7 came with the the DZ motor. So yeah, I was gonna pick that up tomorrow and just quick swap. But let me just tear it down and see what's going on first tomorrow before I do all that. If not, it's going to set me back a bit, but so be it. The plan was to put the brand new motor in and drive this car to Austin for Thanksgiving. I want to see Raisa, I want to see my other dog that she has for me. And I just want to spend Thanksgiving down in Austin, man. I want to get out of Paraguay, I want to get out of Arkansas, but here I'm buying another car to set me back. But like I said, man, if I want to do this YouTube thing, like I said, I'm not going to use this as a surviving income. I don't make any money from YouTube, so how you see me affording these cars is from my money and, you know, doing what I got to do. This is no way any YouTube income. So I don't want to put it out there like I'm balling, but you got to make sacrifices for things you want to do. If you want to see some growth out of your channel, you just got to push out content. And this is not just me buying this car to push content out. This is just an addiction of me just loving cars and loving to work on cars. And it so happened to be that I like making videos and I love doing this editing stuff. I used to do photography back when I was in Antigua, so I love having DSLRs and all that stuff. I have a passion for it. So I'd rather be behind the camera, to be honest with you, doing all the editing than me filming my awkward self. But it's just something I love to do. So that's why I'm not going to ask for no Patreon or no help or nothing like that. I'll ask you, if you like the content, you know what I'm saying, just leave your feedback and subscribe, and the channel will hopefully grow for itself. It'll work out itself. So yeah, I'm hoping it's just a starter, man, or something blown or some corroded wire or something. Also as well, leave your feedback. I'm not a cocky motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So if I need help, I don't mind asking for help. I help people. But if I see you coming off, you know what I'm saying, like a smart ass and think you know it all and just trying to be smart in general, I'm gonna give you the same vibe you give me. You feel me? So, you know, I'm gonna show you respect. If you don't show me respect, I'm gonna give you back the same energy, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I ask for, just respect, because I try not to disrespect anybody on here. At least you try to come off as a smart ass. You feel me? So I don't mind taking criticism. None of y'all asked me to make these videos, so obviously I'm making myself a bait on the internet to get roast. You know, I'm already past that age, and you know, this internet trolling, whatever. You know, come to my house and kill me. You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing over the camera or over the computer. You know, if you got a problem, I'll give it to just person. If you want to come and kill me and make yourself feel better, so be it. You know, but I ain't with all this internet keyboard and all this cussing over the internet shit, man. We all grown, but at the same time, we're human beings. You know, we're very weird animals. So I don't mind any help from you guys if you guys think you know what it is. So that being said, man, I'm gonna end this video out. I really don't want to go crazy with this car, but knowing me and knowing how much I wanted to do to my Speed 6, I can see me just getting a bolt-on, you know, Cork Sport KO4 setup. Obviously, change your high fuel pressure setup. I don't think this has been changed. The only mods that I see is this boost gauge that I don't like to see dangling, and the wiring is not my liking, and has an engine intake and I don't know if it has an aftermarket blowout valve, but that's the only mods that I see so far. I don't know if this person was even running a Cobb Sport on it. I can even see myself going and get me a Cobb Sport and just going crazy with it, man. For me, if I had to build this car, and if you guys want to see that, man, if the channel grows, I'll probably do it. But if you guys want to see something, the most that I do is I build a short block and bolt on whatever. And most I want to see, man, is 500, 550. With all these 392s and SRTs driving around here, man, you gotta be up in some power and have some good tires on, man. But for me, this would be like a 392 killer. Those Chargers and those Challengers, you know, this, because those are what most here on the streets now. You see one or two, you know, S550s, but most I see around here are those Chargers. They sell pretty well. Dodge made a good marketing with that car. It's a beautiful car, by the way. So this would be the killer, you know, a 392, maybe a Hellcat, I don't know. But those 392s, those Scat Packs, and those 5.7s and those 6.4s. So yeah, yeah. Nothing else I can think of, man. I just want to get this video out to you guys. I love the car. I really love the car. It's a nice little beautiful car. Nothing crazy, but I just love it. I really love it. So hopefully I can get something done tomorrow and I can get this video out to you guys. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Hopefully you guys don't tempt me to build this car, because I'm so tempted to build it. I'm still gonna get the Honda content to you guys. The car is basically driving and running. I just need to get some things dialed in and get it dyno tuned. But the car is running, so no, I didn't just buy another car while I have my Civic that needs to be fixed. Knowing me, I would. Knowing my addiction, yes, I would. But the car moves, the car drives, got the car done, so those videos will be coming. And yeah, so please don't tempt me to build this car, guys, because knowing me, I would. Split second control for the watt box, auxiliary fuel tank, surge at the front. I can see me going crazy, man, because I love these cars. I know a lot, you know, from my own right. I know a little bit about these cars. I should say a lot. So like I said, this is not my first Speed. I wanted to do a lot of things to my Speed 6. So yeah, this is kind of not my first rodeo. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, man. Thanks for the love, you know, fam. Thanks for the little subs that I'm seeing, and you know, hope for the channel grow in the future, man. So like, share, subscribe. Peace.